I'm live. I'm live. All right, this is my first live, so let me figure some stuff out. Starting with the volume. Let's make it louder. I hope that people can hear me. I know nobody's in the chat, and that's fine, but I just wanted to come on and do a quick live because I'm trying to get into live content more this year. Um, So, just a few things that I wanted to talk about. We do have a new season of Speaking Tongues. If you're new here, my name is El Charisse. I am the host of the Speaking Tongues podcast, and I am really excited because we have a new season of Speaking Tongues out. And so far, we are three episodes into the season. We started the season with our friend Sang, who came to talk to us about Lao language and cuisine. And I actually picked up his book, The Lao Kitchen. Lao flavors and stories told through family recipes, and it's such a gorgeous book. I'm getting a lot of pop-ups, so I'm trying to manage them. But anyway, this book, The Lao Kitchen, is so beautiful. I attended Sang's event here in New York. He was doing a book signing and a chat, and it was out in Brooklyn in Dumbo at the Museum of Food and Drink, the Museum of Food and Drink out in Dumbo. And the book was provided by Kitchen Arts and Letters, like this really cute postcard. This is a great um, cookbook bookstore on the Upper East Side. They have pretty much everything that you could want when it comes to cookbooks. So that was really cool. But this book is absolutely so beautiful. And I just wanted to show you some, like, really quickly, the recipes that I'm looking forward to trying. Um, of course, papaya salad, this gorgeous papaya salad, which is, as Sang told us in the episode, is really a staple in Lao cuisine, which is really cool. And then this crispy rice salad also looks delicious. I'm excited for this book also because I have food allergies. So I have to be really careful with certain foods and cuisines that have a lot of nuts or peanuts in it. So this is great. So I can use this book and I can just omit that or substitute it. But that episode that kicked off our season, and that was really, really fun talking with Sang about his Lao culture and the language, and he grew up in the Midwest, and being able to communicate in Lao with his family and connecting Lao community with one another, not only in the US, but in Laos and all over the world. Our second episode for this season, we talked with Grace Brown, who is in New Zealand, in Aotearoa, New Zealand, and she talked to us about New Zealand Sign Language and Te Reo Maori, which was amazing because she had an opportunity to do a fellowship over in the UK, and she learned a lot about technology in order to implement into these languages to help learners and to help people who are neurodivergent and people who are learning New Zealand Sign Language as well. So that's a really great episode to check out. And then last week, we spoke with Massimiliano Canzanella about the Neapolitan language and his efforts to ensure that this language gets the respect that it deserves. He's an activist, he's a playwright, he's an author living in Scotland, and he spoke with us a lot about some of the history of the language and how it's been devalued and disrespected in Italy. In amongst languages in Italy. So that was a really eye-opening conversation, I think, for anybody who is an Italophile or anybody who wants to learn more about some of the other languages, regional languages that are spoken in Italy. That was a really eye-opening conversation. And then we have tomorrow, Monday, we have a new episode coming up, which was a lot of fun for me to have this conversation because it's a very New York City conversation, let's say that. And we had a lot of fun having this this conversation. I had a lot of fun having this conversation and learning from somebody who has a lot of knowledge about this language. Um, and I will say, just to give you a hint, this is a language that, in my opinion, is very close to New Yorkers. I think a lot of New Yorkers are familiar with this language. And those of us who don't speak it, we still use words in this language every day. So that's a little hint for tomorrow, for next week's episode. And I hope that you'll enjoy it. But I wanted to catch you up on some other stuff that I've been up to. I've been to the movies a lot and in the last couple of weeks. And I just wanted to say I saw You, Me, and Tuscany with, I think it's Halle Bailey. I always want to say Halle Berry, Halle Bailey, and Reggae, Jean Page. And it took place in Italy, obviously Tuscany. And as an Italophile, I loved it. I love seeing Black leads. I love a romantic comedy, and I love Italy. So I think it was such a cute movie, and it was really nice to hear a lot of Italian spoken in that movie and being able to chuckle along in the original language when some of the Italian speaking characters were talking. So that was a lot of fun. Um, and we also saw the Michael biopic, which was a lot of fun. And I think it's worth bringing up here just because Michael Jackson was so universal and beloved across generations. And not only that, but I think a lot of what Michael Jackson embodied as a musician, as a person, and his desire to see love and acceptance and care and humanitarian action. He had a very humanitarian heart. And I bring this up because I feel like that's what this platform and this show and this podcast is all about, and celebrating humanity and seeing the joy and the beauty in all of the expressions of culture and expressions of language that we have around the world. And um, as someone who grew up in the 80s and 90s, Michael Jackson was huge. There was nobody bigger. I mean, even now, there's nobody bigger than Michael Jackson. And it's really, really beautiful to see younger generations and children, even now, reacting to him the way that even I reacted to him as a kid, and the way that my brother reacted to him when we were kids. And his legacy is enduring, and it's really, you know, uh, it's beautiful to see that Michael Jackson and his legacy and is still, his music is still affecting people, and his spirit still lives on through his music. And that's so very much, not to compare myself to the greatness of Michael Jackson, but the spirit of his humanitarian heart, and what he wanted to capture through his music, and reach the world, and and treat people with love and respect, I think is so much a part of this platform, and my ethos with this. Um, and then I also wanted to talk about how I also wanted to talk about, I watched the show on Netflix called Bandi, and if you haven't heard of it, it's a show. It takes place in Martinique, La Martinique, and Caribbean stories, mostly Black cast, absolutely fantastic show. 10 episodes on Netflix. You know how Netflix likes to give us 8 or 10 shows, and it was so cool to watch this show. I watched it in French with English subtitles for the first time, and I'm gonna go back and watch it in French again with the French subtitles because I'm learning French. So um, I found out, unfortunately, I don't want to lead you on, but I found out, unfortunately, that the show has been canceled, which is devastating because we were left on a cliffhanger, and I can't accept that. So I don't know what to do. I hope it will get picked up by somebody else. I hope another network will pick up this show. not only because we want to see more Black stories, but we want to see more Caribbean stories. And I personally want to see more Black Francophone stories because we need that. But if you're going to go and watch the show, it is really beautiful seeing Martinique and seeing the scenery. Obviously, it's the Caribbean, so of course it's beautiful. And the cast was incredible. My command of French is not enough that I was able to understand the Creole when I heard it and not knowing whether it was a French word or not. And from some people that I've seen talk about it online, there wasn't enough Creole in a realistic sense, which is a shame. Um, but it's I had my reservations, my thoughts about it because I also feel like seeing a Black cast that's kind of partaking in illicit, illegal activity. It's not really what I want to see. So it's bittersweet to not only see that cast and see stories that are coming out of the Caribbean, which we don't have enough of, but then also seeing stories that come out of the region that are maybe not the impression of the region that Caribbean people, people from the Caribbean really want the world to see. Um, but that aside, I think that it was a really beautiful show. And I think the cast did a tremendous job. I think they did a phenomenal job. And I would love to see a season two somewhere. I don't know how, I don't know when, but if that were to pass, if that were to come to pass, I'm here and I'm waiting for it. And I think a lot of us are here and we're waiting for it. I haven't watched any other French language or Italian language shows just yet. I mean, recently. But if there are any suggestions, please feel free to let me know because I'm always looking for an opportunity to practice comprehension with my languages. So, um, my recommendation for now, I think, would be Bandi on Netflix, and hope we can get it back somewhere for season two. That would be really tremendous. What else did I want to say? So, World Cup is coming. World Cup is coming. And I am planning a lot of content for World Cup because I am a soccer fan, a football fan. Why did I say soccer first? I'm a football fan. I've been a football fan for a long time. And this is the global event, maybe other than the Olympics. Um, and so I'm in a position right now where I have so many ideas about how I want to celebrate World Cup. This will be my seventh, eighth. This will be my eighth time watching World Cup. And so I really love this tournament. It's a month long, just like the Olympics. But it is the global event, and I'm in New York City, and we have, I think, 9 teams are going to be playing here in the first round of the tournament. So that's really exciting. And I know that the Mayor Mamdani, has a lot of initiatives for World Cup for people who are visiting and people who will be watching the tournament. There are a lot of free fan zones around the city, so I'm going to try to check those out. And I know that the New York Public Library and most likely Queens Library and Brooklyn Library will have, um, you know, like swag or something for patrons. Maybe they'll even do like a special library card. I don't know. But I'll be excited to see what they have to offer. I think that will be fun. And it's going to be fun. World Cup is always fun. I'm looking at some of the matchups on the schedule for the team, and I have some thoughts. I'll probably save my thoughts for when when the tournament starts or just before the tournament because I don't want to lead myself or anybody else in the wrong direction. But I have some hesitations. I don't have a team that I'm rooting for. There's nobody who I'm like, yes, I this team is definitely gonna um, take it all. I don't do that anymore. I haven't done that since the Seleção, since the golden era of my generation for Brazil. But I'm just excited to see some good games. I'm always rooting for the underdog, and I always hope that the team that has a lot of heart goes on and wins it. And we'll see. The first 2 weeks of the tournament are always crazy, back to back to back to back games. And I noticed that the games are on pretty late this year. I saw some were kicking off at 10 p.m., 11 p.m. So we'll see. We'll see. But you'll probably be seeing a lot more of me on YouTube during World Cup. And I really encourage you all to watch it and join on these conversations if you can. But let me know. I'm going to end this shortly. And this was my first live. So let me know, how did I do? There's things that I always want to talk about and I want to mention. And then I get nervous. Because I'm a podcaster. So I'm used to having everything recorded where I can edit myself and I can edit what's being said. So I want to get more comfortable in the live realm, and doing more live videos. And if there's things you want me to talk about, or things that I should address, or things that I should give my thoughts about, or share my ideas about, let me know. I think that most of you watching know how to get in touch with me somehow. I don't know if this will have comments once New York City neighbors. I don't know if this will have comments once I finish it, but if there are, leave me a comment and let me know what you think. But yes, thank you for watching, and I'm really excited to have finally done my first YouTube live, and I hope to do many more of them. And I look forward to talking to you guys again. And don't forget, tomorrow is a new episode, so make sure that you're subscribed. Make sure that you listen. It will be out 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's out here, and it's also available on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. So make sure you listen to the episode this week. It's a fun episode. They're all enlightening and interesting and fun episodes with really terrific guests. So make sure you're listening, make sure you're subscribed, and yeah, we'll do this again soon. Bye.